Okay, good morning, everybody. It is June 6, 2025. Happy D-Day Remembrance Day. I believe D-Day occurred around 81 years ago. And also, we are very close in time to the 83rd anniversary of the Battle of Midway, which I would argue was the most significant American victory in World War II. It's where we destroyed 3 Japanese carriers and completely turned the tide of the war in the Pacific. Prior to that, we had been steadily losing. Thank you for all those who served during that time. And also thank you to all of my new subscribers. I really appreciate it. I think I'm 1 or 2 away from getting to 200. So hopefully a few more of you will hit the subscribe button. But either way, I want to get to the main topic of today's video. This is sort of a bonus video, which is the United States economy continues to slowly move toward recession. We are not in a recession right now. However, we are moving in that direction. 2 pieces of data have dropped over the last couple of days. Or actually several pieces, but 2 topics, which is housing and labor. Let's start with labor. The ADP private payrolls report was terrible. It showed like 36,000. It was the worst report we've had in many, many months. The official government data came out today showing non-farm payrolls growing at 139,000. This is from what's called the Establishment Survey. That's the survey they send out to businesses. Now, you might hear 139,000 think, okay, it's not very good, but it's not bad. I mean, still added jobs, right? Well, the April and March payrolls were revised down by about 95,000, which means we're talking, if you take those 2 revisions and you subtract them out, we're talking a net of around 45,000 jobs added, assuming that the May number does not then get revised down in the future, which it probably will be. At best, given population growth, that is not even treading water. That is not even enough to hold where we are. Our unemployment rate technically held at 4.2, but it actually is slightly higher. The last month it was like 4.18, so it rounds up to 4.2. This month is like 4.24, so it rounds down to 4.2. It is slightly higher, but the point is that our labor market continues to cool off. There's some other bad news in this. It shows that full-time workers decreased by 600,000. That is from the household survey. Basically, the Labor Department of Bureau of Labor Statistics does 2 surveys. They do the household and they do the establishment. The establishment survey is the one that they use to generate the headline number that we all use. The household survey is showing something very different. It is showing a lot of people losing their jobs. The working theory right now as to why there's such a big discrepancy between them is that a lot of illegals are just simply self-deporting. They're leaving the country, or they're leaving their jobs to basically hide from ICE. Is that true? I have no idea. It's a perfectly plausible theory. I'm not sure if it's true or not. But the basic point is, if we just stick with the headline numbers, at best, our economy is not even treading water right now in terms of labor. Our population is growing faster than the jobs, and we are having a larger percentage of our population, albeit slightly, become unemployed as time goes on. So again, labor market not looking good. It's not terrible. It's not a crash. No one should freak out over this, but it's definitely not good. It is slightly bad. That's how I would describe it. If you go on the idea that, big job growth is good, big job loss is bad, well, where's this one fall? It's on the light side of bad. The next thing is the housing market. The housing market is definitely going in the wrong direction. The housing inventory is now up to over 1 million homes. In and of itself, that's not a particularly bad number. It's not great, it's not bad, it's kind of a medium number. But a couple of years ago, it was around 500,000 homes. So we have doubled our housing inventory. That's how much the housing market has cooled off. A year ago, it was a little below 800,000 homes. So in the last year, we've increased housing inventory by over 25%. What this means is that supply is growing much faster than demand. Demand cannot keep up. The other thing knows that according to, I'm sorry, I can't remember the data source, but basically 61% of American counties are seeing housing prices drop, including a lot of counties in states like Florida, Texas, and California, which are the 3 biggest ones. The Midwest is kind of where they're holding steady right now. So what we're seeing is housing inventory is going up, which, by the way, as inventory rises, that means new home construction is going to fall and continue to fall, because if there's more and more houses on the market, you're not going to keep spending your money to build new houses to then have to go out, that you then have to sell and compete with a larger and larger inventory. Housing prices are falling in a majority of counties. They're certainly rising in some counties, but in a majority of counties, they are falling. And the labor market is getting softer and softer. None of this is at a critical mass yet. No one should be, slitting the wrists or anything here. We are not in a recession. But as you know from a video I did a few weeks ago, I said, I think we are headed toward a recession toward the second half of this year. And that appears to be what is happening right now. I would also point out, I said I thought we'd have a short-term deflationary cycle, and we've seen inflation drop because demand is dropping. And so far, the first part of that prediction, I said we'd have a short-term deflationary and then an inflationary cycle. Appears I got the first part of that prediction correct. So overall, bad, not terrible jobs number. Housing data is not looking good. If you are wanting to buy, by the way, if you're thinking, well, this means it'll be easier to buy, unfortunately, mortgage rates are it appears will remain quite elevated for at least the next few months. I'm not going to predict anything beyond that. But at least the next couple of months, you're not going to get a better mortgage. So even if prices come down a little bit, it's not going to do much to help you. Will we have a massive decrease in housing prices? Right now, the data is trending that way. We are not there yet. We may never get there, but we are headed in that direction. What will finally happen? We'll have to wait and see. But either way, want to go over these numbers. Hope everybody enjoyed it, and hope everyone has a good weekend. Bye-bye.